Just how relieving was that for you, for the organization?
Yeah, it's definitely a relief to know that there's nothing else going on and no more damage. Now it's just being patient with the process.
Could you talk about what you've seen from Sophie Cunningham over the last 5 games? She's had double figures and kind of just her transition and role now in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I mean, Sophie's just kind of found her way. She started out the season really hot, and then had some setbacks with some injuries. And as most people know, you have to work your way through that, and she did. And she's been really impactful for us off the bench. And we wanted to bring her energy, her ability to stretch the floor, her ability to defensive rebound, and play make on the offensive end. We wanted that to start the game, so I moved her into the starting lineup, and she's been good for us.
The other day, after that loss, Kelsey was saying, we got to get our act together and do it fast. Have you been stressing that to them? It's time, you got to make a move now, the second half, and we got to win now?
I mean, every day there's a sense of urgency, right? I mean, this league is too good. And every day you got to play with a sense of urgency. And sometimes you have to weather storms, and sometimes you have to navigate circumstance, right? But I think at the end of the day, we have to be where our feet are. We have to approach every day and every game in the same way, no matter what the dynamics are. And you can't get too high, you can't get too low in a season like this. And you just got to show up, and you got to play the hand you're dealt, and you got to play the game that's in front of you.
Yeah, just obviously there's no timeline for Caitlin, but what has she been able to do this last week? Is it mostly just rehab recovery, or has she been able to do any kinds of practice?
Yeah, no, I mean, we haven't really practiced since the couple days before All-Star break. So mostly rehab, shooting, and she's been with our athletic training team, and we've been preparing everybody else.
Steph, to that point, in what ways does, although it's not complete clarity, but now you can, to some extent, kind of move on and say, hey, this is what we have for the time being, let's move forward. What can that do over these next several weeks or whatever it takes?
Yeah, I think that's big. Just the mindset of our group to know that we've got what we've got, to continue to grow and connect in those ways, and not, is she available, is she not available, will she practice, will she not practice, and sort of the disruption that comes with some of that. So there's clarity, and I think that's good for everybody. It's good for Caitlin too, so she doesn't feel any kind of way. She can just approach and attack her rehab one day at a time.
Steph, Caitlin presents a challenge in itself for any opponent, but when she doesn't play, how is your team different?
I think our ball moves differently. What we run is different. She has such gravity, and her ability, not just to be at the top of the scouting report, but her ability to make everybody better with the ball in her hands. So some of the things that we run are different when she's on the floor than when she's not. We run some more off-ball stuff, a lot less on-ball actions, and I think the other thing is the ball moves sometimes a little bit more quickly, and hopefully side to side. I mean, we've got everybody that's on the floor has to be aggressive offensively. Everybody that's on the floor has to be willing passers and shooters. We got to take what the defense gives us, and I also think it gives us a different look. Defensively, we're smaller, but we're a little bit quicker. And we've got to be disruptive.
And then in that New York game, you all, came out like a cannon and got a lead. How do you not allow teams to disrupt what you were doing early?
Yeah, I think our mindset, we've got to stay neutral. We've got to know that the ebbs and flows of the game happen. You can't have 5-minute lapses against great teams. They make you pay, and they bury you in those moments. I think we've seen, throughout the course of the season, where we've been really good for long stretches, and where we've weathered the ups and downs of a game, and we've got to be able to do that from a neutral mindset. We can't get into the playing conservative. No, I felt like in that New York game when New York was making some runs, we stopped hunting our shots. We passed up open shots. We second-guessed ourselves on the offensive end of the floor, second-guessed ourselves a little bit on the defensive end of the floor. And I mean, when you even if it's the wrong thing, when there's clarity and conviction in it, good things happen. And we've got to stay in that with that kind of aggressive mindset.
Is playing for Sophie Cunningham to start again tonight, or what's your?
Yes.
What is it about her, I guess, at the start of the game that you like having her in the lineup?
Another ball handler, another player who can create shots for her teammates, as well as stretch the floor. A really good defensive rebounder. as well. We had at times really struggled from a defensive rebounding standpoint, so like that as well. And her energy.
Given another absence here, is there any expectation to maybe look to bring in an additional body that could help during this stretch at all? Do you know anything about that?
No, that's an Amber question.
Okay.